Long ago, when the world was young, and stories belonged only to the sky god, Nyame, no one on earth could tell tales. The people were sad, for they had no stories to share around their fires at night. But one day, Anansi the spider, small and cunning, decided he would change that. Anansi spun a thin thread all the way to the heavens, climbing up to Nyame's golden palace. Bowing low, he asked, "O great Nyame, I wish to buy the stories so that the people of Earth may have them." Nyame looked down at the tiny spider and laughed. "You, Anansi? A creature so small? Stories are for the powerful and the brave. If you want them, bring me these three things: the python, who can swallow a man, the fierce leopard with terrible teeth, and the invisible hornets that sting without mercy. Only then will I give you the stories." The task seemed impossible. Everyone on Earth feared these creatures. But Anansi wasn't afraid. He was clever. Anansi went to the river where the great python rested. "O mighty python," he called out, feigning innocence, "the people say you are not as long as they claim. They think you are no bigger than a branch." The python hissed angrily. "Who says I am small? I am the longest creature in the forest." Anansi smiled slyly. "Prove it to me. Let me measure you against this long palm branch." Python, eager to defend his honor, stretched himself along the branch. Anansi quickly tied him tightly with his web, wrapping him from head to tail. "You are long indeed," he said with a grin, "but now you belong to me." He carried Python to Nyame. Next, Anansi ventured into the jungle, where leopard prowled. When he found the beast drinking at a stream, Anansi called out, "O mighty leopard, I have built a trap for you." Leopard growled, "Why would you do such a thing?" "Not for you, of course," Anansi said quickly. "The trap was meant for animals much smaller and weaker than you. But, if you are truly as strong as they say, surely you could escape it easily." Leopard, proud and curious, stepped into the trap Anansi had set, a deep hole covered with branches. As soon as Leopard fell in, Anansi used his web to tie him up. "So strong," Anansi chuckled, "but now you're mine." He dragged Leopard to Nyame. The hardest task was last, capturing the invisible hornets. Anansi thought long and hard before coming up with a plan. He filled a gourd with water and went to their nest. Standing below it, he poured the water over himself, pretending it was raining. "Oh no, my friends," he shouted to the hornets. "The rains have come, and your nest will be destroyed. Quickly, fly into this dry gourd, and I will protect you." The hornets, trusting his words, flew into the gourd. Anansi quickly sealed it with his web. "Rain or not," he said, laughing, "you're coming with me." Anansi returned to Nyame's palace with the python, leopard, and hornets. The sky god was astonished. "You, a small spider, have done what no one else could. You have earned the stories." Nyame released the stories, and Anansi spun a great web, carrying them down to earth. From that day on, the people had stories to tell, stories of bravery, trickery, and wit. And so, Anansi's name was forever remembered as the spider who brought stories to the world. But don't think Anansi's tale ends here. He remains the greatest trickster of all time, and who knows, he might be spinning his next clever web right now.